Yes, yes, yes. UNA. Yeah. Hello. YouTube. TikTok. Hello. Welcome. 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 I'm yours truly, Diva Marie, with UNA University and UNARepublic representing tonight. We got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. Welcome, welcome, and welcome, welcome, welcome. UNA. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I am yours truly, Diva Marie, with UNARepublic and UNA University representing tonight. Now, I need to tell everybody, all my sisters, hello. Listen, we got a wonderful tour coming up, the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. You're invited. All right, the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour, you are invited. Where are we going? We're going to be in Dallas, Houston, Chicago, New York, and Atlanta. We are on tour, ladies and gentlemen, the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. Now, I say to thee, my sister, you are a multi-dimensional woman, but we're going to break this thing down step by step, dimension by dimension, so that we can understand these powers that we're coming into and how to make sure we use them properly. All right? Yours truly, Diva Marie. I will be on the tour, Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. What are we talking about in the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour? We're going to make sure that we're understanding what these powers are that we're coming into and what the responsibility is for having those powers. You know, with much power comes much what? Responsibility. So we're going to get into it. We're going to make sure that we go into some history, science, molecular structure. We're going into some spiritual and legal information so that you can see just what has been hidden from us women. We got to understand these things so that now when we come back into our power, we don't repeat this mess. You remember what they say, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Well, we're going to go deep into the history and understand what the true role of the woman was in history, and then recognize what this power is coming back on that we're going to have access to. Now, some of the benefits you're going to walk away from this session with is a spiritual cleansing, a cleaner spiritual energy, understanding some things that you can do to cleanse that energy. You're going to learn some stress coping mechanisms, all right? You're going to learn how to gain knowledge of self, which is very, very important. Without this knowledge of self, this lack of knowledge of self is one of the things that keeps us from being able to rise to where we're supposed to be in this dimension, all right? You're going to have more energy because you're going to stop worrying so much. I don't know if y'all have noticed this or recognize this, but when you're worrying, it drains you. Well, we're going to show you how to stop draining yourself. We're going to show you how to replenish your own battery, all right? We're going to be dealing with household and how you're dealing with your household better because you have a knowledge of self. Now, I'm going to say this because I don't necessarily deal in relationships. I just give what the facts are with respect to men and women. And then when you apply it, you see a change. Now, I've had so many of my clients and my students to say to me, Diva, your information has helped our relationship. Well, I'm just letting you know the goal is just to give you the facts. All right. When you apply those facts, they're going to permeate every aspect of your life and make it that much better. I'm just letting you know the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. Yes, you multi-dimensional woman. We're going to break this down dimension by dimension and make sure you're understanding these powers that you're coming into and how to wield them. All right. So once again, you're going to see us in Dallas, Houston, Georgia, or Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. You're going to be able to get the link. Go find the link in the bio. If you're interested in the tour, find the link in the bio so that we can get you enrolled. So the pre-sales, $65. At the door is $75. All right. You can also catch this because we will be streaming this in every city that we go to. I'm excited about this tour because a lot of sisters are crying out for this knowledge that has been hidden from us, this knowledge about what our powers are. And then y'all need the knowledge to know how to wield them properly so that we don't end up in this mess again. All right. I'm yours truly, Diva Laree. We're going to see you on tour. Yes. All right. Chose not, chosen goat. Halo, thank you for joining and thank you for the love. Anybody else, if you have any comments or questions, I want to hear them because we're going into this session tonight. It's called Legal Remedy Through Spiritual Cleansing. Legal remedy through spiritual cleansing. We got to get into this tonight and understand some things that we are just not aware of. Let me see what my people are doing up here in YouTube. By the way, all of my people on TikTok, I want you all to know that we are streaming on YouTube. In the event that the session starts to act up on YouTube, again, please go and find us on YouTube. In the event that we start acting up on TikTok, go and find us on YouTube so that you can make sure you get that stream and it's a good stream, all right? Because every now and then TikTok tends to break up, but I invite you, Sunset Beach in the house, I invite you all to please go and find us on YouTube at UNARepublic, all right? The streaming, I'm told, tends to be a lot better on YouTube. So please go and find us there if you're having any problems with us freezing on TikTok. Okay, let's see where we are. Let me get into this. See my people in YouTube. Hello YouTube, welcome Terry, Robert. Hello. All right, we're ready to go. We're ready to roll with this now. This topic right here. All right, y'all pay attention because I have been speaking on the spiritual side and the spiritual aspect of this game for quite some time. Since I started, because everything starts from the spiritual side. Everything. So when somebody comes to me talking about domestic violence and they come to me talking about the police did this and this person did that, it all starts from a spiritual issue. And when you clean up those issues, the things on this third dimensional side, they tend to clear themselves up. Now, this is a very magical dimension. And if you're willing to see the laws that govern this dimension, then you're going to find better ways to find remedy in this third dimension. All right. So I'm going to get into some things tonight. I hope y'all are paying attention to me. Pay attention. Pay attention. See, let me tell you something. If you don't pay attention now, you're going to pay. Okay. I'm going into this. I talk about the three ways you pay. You're going to pay with blood, sweat, and tears. You're putting your energy out into something. You're going to pay attention, where you have to focus on it and allow it to sink into you, or you're going to pay with money, or a combination of the three. You're going to pay with your Federal Reserve notes. So why am I talking about this? I'm talking about it because I get a lot of people to come to me and they just think it's all about the paperwork. And I say to you that if you don't have the spiritual side aligned, then you are asking for a gift from the universe that you don't deserve and you're not going to get it. Y'all heard that saying where they tell you, well, if something is meant for you, nobody can keep you from it. If something is meant for you, nobody can keep you from it. But if something is not meant for you, you will not receive it. I don't care who is trying to step in the way and give it to you. I've had people who, for example, with their children, give their children everything. My child need a car. I'm going to buy my child a car. But your child is not deserving of the car. But I want my child to have a car. Okay, you get your child a car, and then the next thing you know, they wreck it. They weren't deserving of the car. You stepped in and bought them something that they weren't supposed to have at this time. So if somebody is not deserving of something, the universe is going to find a way to take it. And if it is for you, nobody can keep it from you. Okay, I hope we're on this now. So we're going into that tonight, and I want to give you some examples of some things that we have done and how they work for people whose spiritual energies are cleaned and people whose spiritual energies are not clean. Pay attention. This is the real money. All right. Welcome, everybody. The Truest, Sid, Sunset Beach in the house. My people, Terry, and Robert, thank you for joining. Let's get into this thing. Now, I want to go into how a particular situation. We have had clients where we have cleared up their mortgage. As a matter of fact, recently we had a client that was straight up in foreclosure, had a law firm. So let me go back. Let me tell you the whole story about what happened, because this particular client, she has walked through the darkness with me. And if you all have never been through clearing up a foreclosure or clearing up your home, I'm letting you know that you have to have far more than what we call faith. You have to have knowing. Oh, you can say, oh, I believe, but you better be beyond believing. You better know that this is real. You better know. And so I had a client who was willing to trust me to walk her through this process of getting her house free and clear from the mortgage. She allowed me and trusted me enough to walk her through the process whereby we cleared up her mortgage. Now, we first put the house, we took out a patent. She has a land grant on the property. So that was the first thing we did. We got a land grant on the property. The second thing we did was we took it into federal court. Now, first of all, let me rephrase that, because we first of all took it into county court. Why do we deal with county? And I hope y'all taking notes. I hope y'all taking notes. Y'all better take notes. Take notes. Take notes. Why do we deal with the county? The county is the highest authorizing agency on land. All right. This is where the sheriff resides. Now, when we're talking about a foreclosure, for example, who do they go to? Who do they call? Well, you got to go to the sheriff. The sheriff is the highest authorizing agency on land, second only to the coroner. We're not getting into that tonight, but take notes. Take notes. Take notes. All right? The sheriff is the highest authorizing agent on land, second only to the coroner. All right? So now, when we're going to file a case, we're going to file it on the county level in the highest court on the county level. All right. When we did this filing, the mortgage company's quote unquote lender decided that they wanted to take it into federal court. Now, let me go back. Let me back up, because before we even went into court, we did what's called an administrative process. Administrative process. If you're not familiar with that, go look it up. We deal with that in class, an administrative process. This is where you're suing somebody. This is a lawsuit. So we did a lawsuit on the mortgage company and a couple of other different companies as well. Now, once we exhausted that administrative process, we took it into county court. the so-called lender decided to take this into federal court. Now, we have already been standing on federal principles, and we were just fine with taking it into federal court. It's like, bring it, because we like federal anyway. So we end up in federal court, and they presented their side, and we presented our side, and they presented their side again, and we presented our side, and it went back and forth, and this thing went on for a year. And what I was seeing is that they were starting to back off. There are certain things that go on through this process, and you can see when you're winning. If you don't know what to look for, then it gets difficult. But being that I've been through this process quite a few times, I can see what's going on their end. I can see them backing off on certain things. Now, let me say this for those of y'all who are familiar and you understand what's going on with mortgages. Well, they're fraudulent. All right. There's all kind of fraud going on within a mortgage. You're not the one who's the borrower. They're the borrower. They're changing it around to make you the borrower. There's some other things that go on. If you're interested, get in the class. Get in the class. All right. Join the university. By the way, the university starts this season on the 16th of July. Join the university. If you want a free consultation to get enrolled, find the link in the bio. Go to the UNA link tree, okay? And you will find the link in the bio or the link tree and enroll. Go to UNA University if you can't find it there. And some of you all don't even know what a bio is. Just leave a message in the inbox with your name and number so we can call you for a free consultation. So now, if you are not please now do not be calling me talking about, well, I want to know about my mortgage because my mortgage is due and I ain't got to pay it. So if I ain't got to pay it and it's fraud, yeah, you're going to pay for that consultation. But if you're wanting to enroll in the school so that we can show you how to do it for yourself, I want you to leave your name and number so that we can give you a free consultation. Okay, now moving on. Once the case was moved to federal court, there was discovery. All right, we're going back and forth with this company that claims to be the lender. All right, so what ends up happening is then the magistrate steps in. And I need y'all to understand, while we felt that federal court was the best way to go, what I found across the board is federal court is afraid to hear these cases. What I found across the board, so I need you to understand, it's not just cases in one state. There's cases in states across what we call North America. And we've dealt on the federal side, and we found that they are afraid to move forward with these types of cases. So, in understanding what's going on with that, and by the way, if I'm freezing on TikTok, you can find us at UNARepublic on YouTube. All right, if I'm freezing on TikTok, find us at UNARepublic on YouTube. So in federal court, again, you got this magistrate. You got this magistrate that's going to snow you, that's going to try to divert the case or get the case dismissed. And so this is what we had going on in our case. So finally, we did some things. We went back to the county side and we did some things. We filed some documents on the federal side as well as the county side. So y'all got to understand, once you have a federal case open, you can file in that case. You can file anything in that court record, and it's got to stay on record. I'm not going into what's happening, because there's some people supposed to be going to prison for doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. But on the federal side, we filed documents, and we filed documents on the county side. Why are we filing records or documents on both sides? So let's understand this. I've talked to you all about the 4 different agencies that we are aware of. And that is federal. This is on the public side. Federal, state, city, county. All right. This is on what we call the public side. On the private side, it's the exact opposite. It is county, city, state, federal. So the ones at the highest on the public and the private side, over here we've got federal, and over here we've got county. We're filing on both of those levels because we want to be at the top on whichever level we decide to go with. All right. So, hello, Smokey. I want to welcome Sean. Thank you for joining. All my people in YouTube, hello. All right. So now we're understanding that we're going to deal with the top on both sides. Do it like this, okay? Federal and county. All right. So now we're recognizing that we're leveraging both sides of this game. Now, we filed some documents. We went back to the county and we filed some documents. What happened with the lender company is they can't sue my client. But you know what they did? They hired a law firm in the same state as my client to sue my client. Now, I need y'all to understand this, all right? The law firm is a fraudulent third-party agent. They don't even have any authority to be suing my client for anything because my client did not make a contract with that law firm. So what we did on the county side is we filed some documents and we sued the law firm, the so-called lender, and the other entity that claims to be the beneficiary of my client's home. I need y'all to understand, when this law firm got involved, they were claiming, oh, we are foreclosing on a house on this date. They had put my client's information on several different lists and logs whereby people were visiting her home and calling her home, claiming, well, we want to help you with the foreclosure, which we're suing them for that too. All of the inconvenience and the people calling and what have you, we're suing them for that. So once we got this stuff done, put on public record, and we put the law firm on notice, well, all of a sudden, they dropped the foreclosure. What? Wait a minute, what? Well, they dropped the foreclosure. So between the lawsuit that we put on them and the documents, the other documents that we put on record, because we put a lot of documents on record, they dropped that lawsuit. So I'm saying to you that there is remedy, and we have seen it in several cases. Now, I need to go back to how I said this was not an easy process, because this took place over a year and a half. And maybe a little bit more if I have to calculate it, but it's definitely more than a year and a half. But my client stayed true to the process. My client listened to what I told her to do, and she followed my instructions. Now, I had to be a little bit forceful on her for some things. But when I said, do this, and do this, she said, okay. Now, what did I ask her to do? And I need y'all to pay attention, because without her doing these things, we can't get the remedy whereby this company drops the lawsuit. As we were going through this process, I had her doing some spiritual work. Pay attention. Because once again, as I stated when I started this whole thing off, I know that everything starts with the spiritual side. I want y'all to like and share. And share and like. UNARepublic, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So once again, I know that everything starts from the spiritual side. So I had her doing some spiritual work. One of them, I've spoken about this before, about how she had this doctor who she was upset with. And I remember us walking, coming from the courthouse, what have you. And we were walking, and then she We were happy, walking, talking, happy talk. Next thing you know, she starts talking about this doctor who she felt neglected her and she wanted to sue him. She said, oh yeah, you know what? I want to sue him because, I don't like him. Next thing you know, she starts limping and her whole energy changed. And what I had to, I had to let her know, do you realize when you start talking about this doctor that you start limping and your whole energy changed and you a different person now? Did you recognize that? Vibratory frequency. If y'all have gotten that book, the UNA Beginner Law book, if you don't have it, go to UNAUniversity.com and get it. Where we talk about the vibratory frequency. Her whole vibratory frequency changed. She started limping. Her back started hurting. What? Wait a minute, what's going on? You got to release some energies is what's going on. We did energy work on that. There was another thing we did where I was seeing blocks along our path. And I says to her, do you have any grandchildren, nieces, anybody, little girls, even boys, that you can give some gifts to? See, what does it say in the Bible? It's more blessed to give than receive. And what happens when we talk about the universal law, when you give, when you put out good energy, when you show love and you make somebody feel loved, that the universe has to return it to you in multiples. That's a law. That's not man's law. That's God's law. That's universal law. And so what I'm saying to you is she was willing to do the spiritual work. And when she did it, she did the things that I said. And see, I'm going to say something to you. This stuff might seem crazy to some people. When I'm saying to do these things, well, what I need to go buy something for? I need to go find somebody to buy them buy a kid a little house where they can be out in their backyard and they can go in and it be their little house that they sit in for themselves. Just do it. Just do it. What's it, $200, whatever? Go buy it. Do some spiritual work. See, I need to go into this. I hope y'all paying attention. YouTube, TikTok. I need to go into this. When you want something, you must give it away. If you want love, you must give love. If you want righteous treatment, you must give righteous treatment. If you want happiness, give it. If you want money, give it. If you want water, I'm telling you, everything is an energy. And all energy is a currency. If you want it, you must give it away. Thank you, CT, for your question. I did not cook today. I'm waiting on you to come over and fix it for me. So thank you for asking. So when you give something that you want, by law, the universe is going to return it. Now, there's so many ways to give. And I need y'all to understand what I call universal currency. All right. You have, when you put an energy out, the universe keeps a tab. That universal bank with this universal currency keeps tab of the energies that you have put into the universe. The universe keeps tabs of what you have put into the universe. Now, we've got to recognize how unreasonable it is for us to go to the bank and put in $50 and then think we're going to be able to write a check for $1,000. All right? It's unreasonable to go into the bank and put in $50 and think you're going to write a check to get out $1,000. All right, it's the same thing with universal currency. If the currency that you are putting into the universe is scarcity and hoarding, and I don't have enough, and you saying you broke, and you constantly, oh, this ain't right, and you complaining, and you negative, and you disrespectful to people, and you hateful, and you stealing, and you doing this, it is not reasonable for you to expect the universe to give you gifts when you have not given of yourself. This is universal currency. This is simple banking, isn't it? It's simple banking. So if everything that you have put into the universe is negative, then it is unreasonable for you to think you're going to go to the universe and get something from the universe when you have not put the energy out to be deserving of it. Now, some of y'all go, what, this ain't the universe, Diva, the universe ain't giving it. I'm just going to do this paperwork. Where I need to sign that? Because see, when I do this paperwork, let me tell you something. Everything comes through the universe. See, y'all be up here worrying about, oh, well, they doing this to poison us, and they doing this to poison, and they doing this over here, and this one over here doing this. Y'all not recognizing that everything that they do only comes by way of permission from the universe. When you start understanding that, then what these people are doing out here, it is not going to faze you. You're going to be too busy building your universe to be the way you want it to be. Building your third dimension. You're going to be too busy building your heaven right here on this earth. To the point where you're not even worried about what they're doing, because you know it doesn't matter. Because everything that they do has to come through the universe. Everything. There ain't nothing that they can do. I don't care how evil they think they are. They can't do it without it coming through the universe. And what you need to recognize when we talk about the universal laws, everything has duality. So if they trying to, see, this is what I mean. Everything has duality. So they come in, with this, what, okay, we're going to fit the 5G. So we're talking about 5G to 5D. And I'm going to take this time to promote the fifth dimensional woman. That's what I'm talking about, 5D, the fifth dimension. So they coming in with this 5G. And this 5G, oh Lord, they trying to kill them with this 5G. And then they telling you what the 5G is. It's a frequency that somehow disrupts your cells. Everybody worried about, oh, this 5G gonna disrupt our cells, they're gonna kill everybody. Well, let me tell you something, what you didn't hear. What you didn't hear is they said they found a way to communicate with your cells. You didn't hear what the real message is. They found a way to communicate with your cells. Well, yeah, what you talking about? They gonna communicate? They trying to kill the cell? They gonna kill us with the vibratory frequency, and then they gonna look. Pay attention. Duality. This is a law. This is a law, the law of duality. I want y'all to like, share and like and follow and love and all that other great stuff. Subscribe on YouTube, please, if you have not done so. And by the way, if I'm breaking up on TikTok, please go over to YouTube, find us at UNARepublic. So what you didn't hear is that they said they found a way to communicate with the cells. The law of duality states that all things have a positive side. They got two sides. All things have duality. So what does that mean? If they're saying that they found a way to disrupt your cells with a frequency, by law, there has to be a frequency to enhance your cells. Once again, if they're saying, if there's a thought out there that there's something there that's going to disrupt your cells, by law, there has to be a frequency to enhance your cells. Yes, CT, yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. And once again, everything that they do comes by way of the universe. When you're willing to have knowledge of it, when you're willing to gain knowledge of it, then you use that same thing they're trying to use to bury you to uplift yourself. Period. And point blank. Abdul, welcome. Law of duality. So I'm saying this because once we start getting a grasp of this, then all of this fear and all of this anger and angst and whatever, that goes away, because you're going to be too busy building your heaven right here on this earth, right here. Before you get out of here, if you choose to leave, you're going to build your heaven. You're going to be too busy making your third dimension look like you want it to look. All right. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. I want you to like and share. All right. So now we're understanding. All right. Everything has duality. Everything comes through the universe. Nothing that these people do out here can really harm you when you understand how to use the laws to your advantage and build your own heaven. All right. Now, I just talked about how I had to get my client to clean up the spiritual side or help to remove some spiritual blocks so that we can get her house free and clear. So I want to go back to this because some of y'all think, oh, it's just paperwork. The universe ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong, and wrong. Everything comes through the universe, everything. As Cat Williams say, everything comes through the universe. And so if you're asking the universe, oh, universe, I don't want to pay this mortgage no more, this $200,000 mortgage. I want to be out of it. I want to be free and clear. You are asking for a gift. The thing you want to ask, are you worthy? Because some of y'all, oh yeah, I'm worthy, Diva. I'm worthy. Yeah, but what have you put in? And see, this is when you've got to be honest with yourself. How have you treated people? What have you done to help people? What have you done to put into your universe so the universe can return those energies to you? What have you done? See, I get it. All of us, we want all the money and it's ours and it belongs to us. And some of y'all, we black people, we was all over the planet, this our planet. And well, why was it taken away from you? That's why we got this Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. That's why we have it, because we need to recognize what we did to lose it in the first place. Yeah, it was all ours, all us melanated people, women, the whole planet belongs to you still to this day. It belongs to you. And we're going to show that in the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. We're going to show you legal documentation, scientific documentation, historical documentation. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through what the molecular side of this game is. But yeah, what did you do to lose it? How did you suddenly not have it belonging to you anymore? Melanated folks, women, sisters, what happened? Okay. When I said to her, I need you to do some spiritual work, she did it, which enabled us to remove a lot of the blocks that were blocking us on this path. I told you we went through this thing 1.5 years. And she listened. And now she can ask the universe. Or let me rephrase that, because she already asked. She has it. I want to be free and clear of this $200,000 mortgage. And they had to, I told you, they was in full-fledged foreclosure, trying to foreclose with a set date. But when we put some documents down, after she had done this spiritual cleansing and this spiritual work, oh, everything, it opened up. They had to drop that. This is why I say, when you get the spiritual side cleaned up, you're going to watch all of this on this side go away. All of this stuff in the third dimension, all this paperwork, you have to do less paperwork when your spiritual side is in order, because you're asking the universe for a gift. Have you given enough for the universe to say, okay, here you go. You got it in your bank account. I need y'all to understand something before I move on, because some of y'all might be thinking, but it's a $200,000 house. Why I got to go get $200,000? I might well just pay the mortgage company the $200,000. No, that's not how it works. When you put 1 unit of currency out, the universe returns it in multiples. Some of y'all know the biblical phrase tenfold. It could be more than that. Some of these people who are playing this game and they know these laws, they know how to make it multiply more than that. But if it depends all on your energy, the energy that you put out, the love that you put behind what you're doing for your universe. I hope y'all follow me. I want y'all to like and share, okay, on TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, please. Like, share this with some people if you're getting some information that is helpful to you. I'm getting ready to get into a situation where somebody did not listen to me concerning the mortgage, concerning the spiritual side of this game. And I'm going to show you what the repercussions are when you don't clear up the spiritual energy. All right. So let me get into this. Before I get into that, I want to say to thee, sisters, hello. All right, listen up. We've got coming up the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. The Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. Just in case. Let me see. Let me find this. That's not the one I want. Just in case you haven't heard me mentioning the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. I need to go into this because this is going to be a very, very powerful tour. One moment. Let me go into it. One moment. All right. So we've got sisters. We got the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. And I want to tell you some of the things that we're going to be covering. We're going into history and understanding the true role that the woman played in history. We're going into the spiritual side of this game. Why did she lose it all? We're going into the molecular side of it. Who is the woman? Who is the male? We're going into, again, the historical side. We're going into the scientific side. All right, we're going to get into it deep. Most importantly, we're going to show you some legal documentation. All right, we're going to back it up. We're going to back everything that we said up on so many different levels and so many different disciplines. All right, dealing in this seminar, or what you're going to gain from this seminar, is the ability to focus your attentions. All right, you're going to be able to focus better. You're going to have knowledge of self. You're going to gain knowledge of these laws, these esoteric laws that we knew about, we operated under. And because we have forgotten who we are, forgotten self, we have forgotten how to tap into our powers. So as I told you, sisters, you are coming back into your power. And you know, with power, I need to say it. All right. With much power comes a lot of responsibility. All right. So we need to be responsible for how we're wielding this power, because we're going to recognize that we had the power already. We lost it. So we're going to learn history so that we know we don't go back through this again. All right. I've had also a lot of students and clients to tell me about how this information helps their relationship. Now, I say to you, I don't deal in relationships, okay? However, I'm just giving you what the facts are. I'm telling you who we are as spiritual entities, as physical entities, and when you take the information and you apply it, it's going to help every aspect of your life, from your family and romance relationships to business, career, and job. So this is a very powerful seminar, very powerful information. I'm just here to give you what the facts are. And to my brothers, welcome. I welcome you. If you want to come and be there, let's do it. Our pre-sales are $65. At the door, it's $75 and $35 if you want to catch the stream. So the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. Sisters, I say to you, you are multi-dimensional. But we're going to break this thing down dimension by dimension. All right? And make sure you're understanding what these powers are that are coming back on, and how to make sure we wield them with respect for the universe so that we can clean up this mess and never come back to this place again. All right, let's get back into it. Legal remedy through spiritual cleansing is what we're talking about. Legal remedy through spiritual cleansing is what we're talking about today. Now, I went through and I expressed to you guys how I had a situation with a client. I told you what we went through and how I encouraged her to clean up the spiritual side so that we can remove blocks. Hey, Abdul. Abdul says, what about us men who follow you, Diva? Abdul, I told you, you're welcome. You're welcome to come in. So are you telling me you want me to do a fifth dimensional man tour? I could do that. But right now I need to focus on the sisters and make sure they know about these powers they got turning on so that they don't abuse them like we did in the past. All right, so let's get back into this. So I told you that when I finished that intermission, that we're going to talk about situations where somebody chose not to listen to me about cleaning up the spiritual side. So I got to talk about this student because this is very important to me. We have courses in UNA University that are required. One of them is history and self-mastery. Anything dealing with self-mastery, anything dealing with history, they are a required course. You are required to know history. You are required to know how to stand as a sovereign. What does that mean? You're a self-master. Those are required courses. So I had this required self-mastery course, and we were doing an exercise in the class. And one of my students in particular decides, well, you know, I'm not really into that stuff. I don't really do that stuff. So I don't really want to, I don't want to do that. Now, I need y'all to understand, for me, if you're not participating on the spiritual side, I can't graduate you. If you're not participating on the spiritual side, then when you come to me, because I know you're going to come, so people who come into my class and they're not participating the way that they should, they're not coming to class, or they're not there or not focused, I already know what's going to happen. So this particular student says to me, well, I just don't, that's not my kind of thing. Okay. So then my student, former student, because this student dropped out, after going to somebody else for help with a process, comes back to me at the end of the season and says to me, no, Diva, I didn't have nowhere else to go. I didn't have nobody else to turn to because, well, what happened to the person who you did this process with? Because I'm saying to you, not only did we do this process in class, we did it already outside of class for your mortgage process. So why would you go and do a whole other process and then present it to me like somebody taught you something new when they only taught you what you learned in my class? Woosah. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Like and share and subscribe. Thank you so much. So this student comes back to me with this process, so I'm showing me something as though it was new, when it's like that's the same thing we went over. The only difference is you don't know how to stand on this thing that you got from this other person. You can't stand on that. This particular student was all over the place. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do this paperwork. I'm going to do that paperwork. I'm going to do that paperwork. I'm going to take it over here. And then I'm going to go over here to Georgia. And then I'm going to go back over here to this state over here. And I'm going to be in California. Aren't you the one that didn't want to do the spiritual work? You didn't want to do the spiritual side because that stuff is not good. That don't sit with you. All right. So she says to me, I need you to write my documents. And you got to understand, I'm going to hit you because I showed you how to do this in class. I don't want to write your documents. I prefer to show you how to write your own documents because I don't want to deal in your poo. Your poo. So she says, can you write it for me? Yeah, but I'm going to hit you. Price-wise, this is how much it's going to cost. Now, mind you, I'm busy. I'm busy. When it comes to writing documents like this is chasing stuff in the past kind of stuff. I don't really care to do it. So if I got to write this, I'm going to charge you. But I'd rather show you, and you're going to pay less if you allow me to show you and then you follow what I've told you to do. But no, you weren't paying attention in class. You weren't paying attention with the spiritual side. So now you got these documents and you need me to write them and you're going to pay me for them. Now, I write the documents and then I tell this client what to do. And as I told you, when we put documents down, we're going to put documents down on the federal side and on the county side. If y'all new to this, this is not signs or nothing like that, but y'all should have been here if you're new to what we're saying. Well, we're going to put stuff down on the federal side and on the county side because these are the two highest. The federal on the public side and the county on the private side. I hope y'all taking notes. I'm trying to get you the money. All right. So now, I tell her to go and do these things. And then I see, after she's putting these documents on, or attempting, she got blocked on the federal side. Then she tried to go to the county side and she got blocked on the county side. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd be listening to her bitching and moaning, for lack of a better term. And maybe I'd fall in, well, why they so wrong? They doing the wrong thing and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know law. That's what I would have been saying. But me knowing law, the higher law, the universal law, I know that everything comes through the universe. This is a block. This is a spiritual block. Because I need y'all to understand, I've had other clients too. I've never had clients get blocked on both sides. Well, that's just this state, Diva, because this state is like, no. I can have somebody in that same state go to that same court on the federal and the county side, post those documents, and not have this issue if their spiritual energies are right. Okay. So she goes to post those documents at both the federal and the county level and gets blocked. Now, she comes calling back to me again. And she says, Diva, I need your help because they sending me notices telling me that they gonna foreclose on my property, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I need y'all to know something. Y'all people who are going through this, if y'all ever go through this, I need you to understand. Clearly, they know you stress the hell out. They're going to send those documents to you to stress you out. And if you don't know any better, if you don't understand law, and if you back out, well, what should I do? Should I pay them? I was like, it's up to you. Because this is the thing I always advise people of. When you're going through this process, if you're going to stop paying them, put the funds in escrow just in case you decide you want to just quit. Put it in escrow. So then you can say, here you go. All right. But again, I said, listen, I get it. You want to, they're calling you or they're sending you messages and it's stressing you out, it's scaring you. I know that. That's part of the game. However, I told her, these are the things that you need to do in order to get this remedy and protect your property. All right. And I also told her on that day, this is another phone call after she got blocked. I said, listen, you got blocks. Let me go back. I need y'all. let me go back. Because when she came to me about the house and that she was getting foreclosed on, I told her specifically I didn't want to have anything to do with it. Why? Because in class, she refused to participate dealing with the spiritual issues. I need y'all to pay attention because it gets better. This story does. But I didn't want to deal with it because I know that if you're not dealing with this spiritual side, you're not going to get nothing done with the paperwork, nothing. You're going to get blocked. You're going to continue to try to put paperwork after paperwork after paperwork after paperwork, and nothing will get the remedy for you because you're not deserving. Nothing will get the remedy for you because you're not deserving. You have not put out enough spiritual currency to be deserving of the $300,000, $400,000 ticket that you're asking the universe to relieve you from. All right? I didn't want to deal with it, and I told her that. But because I have a kind heart, I went ahead and helped her with the process after seeing her get blocked. All right, can y'all still see me? Strategic. Thank you, Strategic, for the love. Am I still on? Am I still rolling on TikTok? Can you see me? Can y'all see me still? I think again, if I'm freezing up over here on TikTok, find us on YouTube at UNARepublic, okay? It streams much better on there. Okay, so let me continue. So after this point, I say to her, listen, you got to block. This is after she got blocked both on the federal and the county side. You have a block, and you got to clean this up on the spiritual side. She says to me, well, I hear you, Diva, but we can agree to disagree. Huh? You're not disagreeing with me. You're disagreeing with the law. I didn't write the words. I didn't create them. I'm just telling you what they are. And if you follow them, then you're going to get remedy. You're not disagreeing with me. I'm at this point, and I told her, if you're not willing to clean up on the spiritual side, you're going to just be putting paperwork after paperwork. It's going to be paperwork. You're going to constantly have paperwork, and you'll never have remedy. I said, the only thing I can tell you right now is good luck. Good luck. Okay, I'm done at that point. Because if you're not going to listen, then you're not going to get remedy. Okay. So then, how come she called me back the very next day in the morning? And I need y'all to pay attention to this. Pay attention. Now she's telling me about how, Diva, I'm getting pulled over. I need you to help. Just please stay on the phone with me, Diva, because do you understand that this is an energy? Pay attention. This is an energy. It's not happenstance that she's getting all this hell coming down with respect to the house, and then the very next day after I said clean up your spiritual energy, these people about to bust her windows and yank her out the car. What did she do? Nothing. Not to those cops. But remember, I told you, when you put out energies, they're going to find you. When you put out energies, they're going to find you via somebody else. That's why I told you, when you in your house dealing with your children, your grandbabies, your family, your business people, whoever it is you're dealing with, you better have love and respect. Otherwise, that energy is going to find you. And a lot of times it finds people through the cops. So when I see people, they getting whatever, beat down by the cops or whatever. See, y'all are looking at it, oh, they racist and they white cops and they this and that and that. That's not how the law works. And the fact that I had told this woman the very day before, clean up your spiritual energies or you're going to have paperwork on top of paperwork. Now they have violated all her rights. They violated her rights. They have disrespected her, forcing her to leave her vehicle, threatening her, forcing her into a contract, or they violated her. But I know that that is an energy. I know that is an energy. You can tell me all day, now the cops buttholes, Diva, they buttholes down. They don't even care about law. They don't care about, no. I told you, there's a higher law. They can only act under that law. And that law says that whatever energies you put out must return to you. Me seeing them buttholes showed me an energy that she put out. Don't nobody want to see that. But Diva Laree sees it. Diva Laree sees it. It's very clear to me because I understand how the universe speaks. What is done in the dark, please finish that. What's done in the dark must come to the light. And when I see an energy coming upon somebody, I know the universe is switching the light switch on for everybody to see the energies that are within this person who is receiving it. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. See, don't nobody want to see this money. Y'all want to hear me talk about, okay, this paperwork and this paperwork. Okay, why is it I got 2 clients over here who was able to file their paperwork with no problems, and this one can't? They're not in the same state. None of them in the same state. If y'all are not understanding the spiritual side of this game, there's no remedy for it. But the minute you are willing to reflect on yourself and check your energies and put the right currency into your universe for you, the universe is going to start showing up for you the way you need to see it. As soon as you're willing to do that, you're going to see your heaven on this earth. If y'all have any questions, I want you to leave some comments in the comment section. I hope you found this information to be helpful. If you think it's all about paperwork, get a clue. Get a clue. If your spiritual energies are not in alignment and you asking for a $300,000 gift from the universe and you got a negative 45 balance, forget it. Go and do something kind. Clean up your spiritual energies. Make sure that you are worthy and deserving of what you are asking the universe to do for you. A lot of people just think, oh, it's mine. I'm supposed to. You think you are entitled. The universe does not work off entitlement like that. You got to put something in. All right. Abdul said in the light. Robert, thank you. Robert said, I hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Did y'all have any comments? Are y'all listening at all? Did anybody get anything? Does anybody get anything from this? Is anybody listening? Sometimes I think y'all not listening, but that's okay. I'm going to get up out of here. All right. I want y'all to know that I really do appreciate you. I love you. Once again, sisters, hello. Listen, we've got the 5th Dimensional Woman Tour coming up. You want to be a part of it. All right. To my brothers, you are welcome, 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 and welcome to be there. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all why. Because see, the brothers I deal with, they are loving, intelligent beings. They want to learn. They want to know. And most of them know this already and have probably been trying to say it, but nobody was listening. So, brothers, I welcome you. All right. I welcome you all to be a part of the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. All right. Now, we are going to be in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. We are doing the tour. All right. Now, we're going to be going into science, history, legal, molecular structure, all right, and spiritual. Y'all know we're going into the spiritual side always. So some of the benefits you're going to get from this, you're going to learn self-mastery, all right, knowledge of self. That is very important. Because we lack knowledge, we haven't been able to wield the powers or tap into the powers that we have. They've been hidden from us. Speaking of hidden, you're going to learn the hidden information, the things that were hidden from us in history, who we were, what the real role of the woman was in history. All right. You're going to learn how to relieve stress. Why? Because you're going to learn some laws that have been hidden from us. All right. You're stressing about things because you don't know who you are and what your powers are. Okay. The other thing is going to help you focus your attention and help you clean up the spiritual side, the spiritual mess that's going on within us. We're going to learn how to clean that up. All right. So I also say to you all, it will help you in every aspect of your life. I've gotten clients and students that will come to me and say, Diva, you know, when you telling us this information, it's helped my relationship. Okay. I don't deal with relationship matters. I just want to tell you the truth and what the facts are that have been hidden from you. But when you take the information and you apply it, it's going to help and affect every part of your life, from the romantic side to the family side to the job, career, and business acquaintance side. It's going to help you in every way. So I encourage you all, be ready for the tour, the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour. And sisters, I say to you, I know you are multi-dimensional. But we're going to take this thing dimension by dimension so that we understand what our powers are and how to wield them properly so that we can build our heaven right here on earth. All right, I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I'm getting ready to get out of here. If y'all don't have any questions or comments, I guess two people, all two of y'all, I'd like to thank all two of y'all for joining me on TikTok. Thank all two of y'all for joining me on YouTube. I hope y'all like and share. Tell somebody, tell a friend. We're going to be here tomorrow. By the way, I need to promote this because I have a sister coming on, the official Jessica. All right. I love that sister. We're going to have a session with her tomorrow. And it's going to be a great, powerful session. All right. So she speaks about this whole women coming back into their power. So we're going to have a great session on that on tomorrow. So I want to invite you all rather to be a part of that session. Abdul says, I'm hearing you in the light. It's always a remedy. Big facts. When will you be in New York? Okay. Thank you for that question. Let's see. I'm going to run down this list right now for Abdul. So we've got, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna just run it down like this. All right, so our first leg of the tour is going to be Houston, and that's going to be on the 27th of July. All right, Terry, thank you for the love as always. So we've got, let me run it down because I don't know why the computer want to act up. Hold on for a second. All right, so we've got on the 27th, we're going to be in Houston. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to be in Dallas, and that is going to be on the 10th of August. All right, so Houston on the 27th, Dallas on the 10th of August. Then we'll have Chicago on the 24th of August. All right, and then on the 7th, we're going to have New York. So that's when we're gonna be in New York. You in New York, Abdul? Abdul's over there in New York. What they say? I had to get you the area, but yeah, the 27th we're going to be in New York, and then on that 14th we're going to be in ATL. ATL. I think it's the 14th if I'm not getting my dates wrong. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm right. But that's about it. It's every 2 weeks we'll be doing a different tour session. But let me make sure we are on point as far as those dates. So one moment. And oh, by the way, you're going to be able to get the link in the bio. So you're going to go find the link in the bio. And it's going to tell you what those dates are. But here are the official dates. July 27th is Houston. Dallas is August 10th. Chicago. Okay, let me do it like this. Hold on. Back up. All right, so the dates, the official dates for the Fifth Dimensional Woman Tour is Houston on the 27th of July. So Houston on the 27th of July. We've got Dallas on August the 10th. We've got Chicago on August the 24th. We've got New York on September 7th. And Atlanta on September 21st. We are in full effect. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see you in the house. So once again, the pre-sale tickets are $65. At the door, it's going to be $75. And if you want to catch us streaming, it's only $35. You can find the link in the bio. All right. If you are looking for that tour and you really want to be a part of it, leave a message in the bio. In the inbox, rather. Leave a message in the inbox so we can get with you. But that tour is going to be off the chain for any woman and man who really wants to know the truth about what's going on with all of us. All right. He wants to know the true history of what happened so that we can clean up this mess. All right. As for women and men, but I'm specifically talking to my sisters because you are the one who's responsible for cleaning up this mess. All right. So we're going to get out of here. I want y'all to know I love you. I love you. I love you. I thank all of you for joining me. Are you in PA? All right. Come on out. I got some refreshments. I got some refreshments. I might buy dinner. You never know. We might get out of there, buy dinner, go out karaoke or something. Y'all don't know me. Anytime I go to another state, I'm going skating, roller skating. So I want y'all to know, y'all might find me at a roller skating rink somewhere. Jew Baby says, I've enjoyed the conversation. Thank you. George says yes. All right. Thank y'all for the love, Sunset Beach. Okay, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna see y'all tomorrow. We got a very special session with Jessica, the real Jessica, the official Jessica, and she is a wonderful, wonderful, well-spoken sister. As she, we're gonna get into it, have a conversation about this thing, and let's build, baby. I love you, Diva. I'm out. Peace. Bye-bye. I love you. Y'all give me a hug. Come on. Come on, give me a hug. I love you. All right. I'm out. Bye. Peace. Yes, 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 yes. UNA. Yeah.